Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cynthia from thegracefilled.homemaker.com, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you our why to why we homeschool. Homeschool for me was never really a thought. I never saw myself as a homeschool mom. I remember when my husband first brought up the subject, it was very early on in our marriage. I did think he was a tad bit crazy. I won't even lie to you guys. I didn't know where it came from. I couldn't understand at first. Why would anyone want to homeschool their children? Once my husband sat down and talked to me and he expressed to me that he really did feel like this was something the Lord was calling us to do, I sat on it, I digested that, and I started doing research. I started looking up videos on YouTube on how to homeschool, why homeschool, what kind of curriculum you use, and I ended up falling in love with homeschool. I was still very hesitant, even though I had fallen in love with the homeschool lifestyle, because I just didn't know if I would have the support of my family and friends. So even though I fell in love with the lifestyle, I was not sure if this was something for us because I would be the only one doing it. When I started preschool. I pretty much just threw myself in. I wanted to try before we got into actual school, right? So before my daughter went into kindergarten, I wanted to have some sort of homeschool experience. And so I spent that first year of homeschool pretty much learning, right? And I'm still learning because I feel like homeschool families are always learning. So that first year, I pretty much threw myself in. I was ready to learn. I was scared to learn, but this was something I wanted to do long term. And so here I am. In August of this year, I will be 3 years homeschooling. And it's been a blessing. It's been challenging for sure, especially having a 1-year-old in the mix. It's been extremely challenging, but I can honestly say that it's been extremely rewarding. As of right now, we don't intend to send our kids to public school. Now, if God changes the direction of our life, then he changes the direction of our life. But as of right now, this is what we're doing. This is what we know we have been called for this season. And like I said, if God changes that direction down the road, then glory be to him because he knows why, right? So I want to get into the 4 reasons why we have continued to homeschool. The first reason is because we know that God has called us to do this. We feel called, and God has been equipping us throughout the years to do this. I've always had a love for learning, and I have always, which is so weird. I think about it now, I'm just like, God, everything has aligned to this moment. As a teenager, I used to give Bible study classes in the church that I grew up with. I always loved to teach. Like I said, I didn't think I would end up teaching long term and be teaching my own kids, but here I am, and it's been great. So the second reason why we will continue to homeschool is because we want to set a biblical foundation in our kids. When I was, I believe it was 3rd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade, my mom would always take me to go evangelize with her. I never missed out on those evangelism opportunities. And I'm so grateful because now I can instill that in my children. But as an elementary student, I had no knowledge, right? That I couldn't take the tracts to school. I couldn't take my Bible to school. And so I always carried tracts in my book bag. I always carried my Bible in my book bag. And I remember one day I was talking to another student about the Bible. I was pretty much evangelizing in my school in 2nd or 3rd grade. And I ended up getting in trouble because that was not allowed. Looking back at the story, I want my kids to be able to evangelize at any given moment. I don't want them to have to say, no, I can't share this, truth, this biblical truth with someone because I can get in trouble. I don't want my kids to ever feel that. And so homeschooling gives us the opportunity to lay those foundations from the start. It's been amazing to be able to incorporate biblical teachings into everything we learn on a daily basis. But I feel like setting that biblical foundation has not only been set in the academics, but also in our lifestyle. Because now we're not limited to only when the kids get home from school. We're setting this foundation throughout the entire day. Reason number 3 is because we want to give our kids the best quality of education that we can. I want to make myself clear, disclaimer, right? We are not saying or assuming that a teacher in a public school setting cannot give our children a good quality of education. But we understand that a teacher is not going to be able to give a child that one-on-one time that a lot of children need. And I say this because when I was in school, I struggled a lot. I was never given that extra attention. And so all through school, I graduated, glory to God, but it was always a struggle for me. And I did not enjoy school because of that reason. And I want my kids to enjoy learning. I want them to enjoy school. And when they don't understand something, I can give them that extra attention that they would not get in a public school setting. If I had to sit and spend 2-3 months on one concept until they understand it, I can do that. Because with homeschool, they're learning at their own pace. I'm not rushing them to get through a concept and move on. And the last reason why we chose to homeschool, and we will continue to homeschool, is because we want our kids to learn Spanish from an early age. Yes, there are language electives in school, but that's when you get to higher grades. I remember prior to making my final decision to homeschool the kids, I looked for bilingual schools here in Indiana, and I found one. And the problem with that was that my girls would not qualify because it was not in my district. Being homeschooled has allowed me to use Spanish curriculum in our daily rhythms as well. And I'll actually leave that link down below in the description because it's been very, very useful. And my girls have learned. Just literally yesterday, my 3-year-old started counting in Spanish, and my husband was surprised because she has never counted in Spanish on her own free will. It's always been when we do school. And we were eating dinner, and she just randomly started counting in Spanish. And glory to God for that, right? They're loving the Spanish as well. Not only me, but them as well. So that is why we homeschool. 1, we know we were called to homeschool. 2, we want to give our children the best quality of education that we can. 3, we want to give, I think I said that backwards. Well, you guys get it. 3, we want to give them a biblical foundation. And 4, we want Spanish speakers at an early age, not just when they get older. Leave me a comment down below and let me know why you homeschool, because we all have different reasons to homeschool, right? But at the end of the day, we were called to homeschool. Enjoyed this video. I will be releasing more videos very, very soon. My plan, this is my plan, guys, is to share with you what curriculum I am currently using in the 2021 to 2022 school year, because I am already in the process of purchasing new curriculum, which I've already shared with you guys. And I want you guys to see the changes that have occurred within the last school year, and why we're changing some curriculums, why we're staying with others. So here in the next few weeks, I will be sharing with you guys what curriculum I am currently using with my preschooler and my first grader, and some things that I do with my toddler. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so that you're notified when my next video comes out.